Life is sometimes described as a puzzle that people try to solve, hoping to find a perfect picture at the end. Many wonder if the pieces can really fit together without a belief in a higher power watching over us. Throughout history, countless individuals have grappled with this question, and the debate continues to spark conversations everywhere. However, a large group of people live without religious beliefs and still claim that their lives have a clear sense of direction and purpose. Many surveys indicate that a sizable portion of the global population does not identify with any religion. A Gallup poll a few years ago suggested that in several regions, over 30% of people consider themselves non-religious. In certain European countries, the percentage of non-religious individuals can be even higher. This shows that many individuals navigate life without basing their existence on the idea of a god. Yet they still form deep relationships, nurture ambitions, and chase dreams. This observation alone hints that a belief in a deity is not the only key to discovering meaning in life. Some people look for purpose in what they create, whether it's art, inventions, or scientific discoveries. Others find it in improving their communities by volunteering or caring for those in need. There are also those who devote themselves to supporting family and friends. Even though none of these pursuits rely on a sacred text or a set of divine rules, they still seem to fill daily life with excitement and fulfillment. In many cases, individuals who do not rely on a religious structure may still dedicate themselves to moral principles. They can develop a moral compass based on empathy, human solidarity, and societal harmony. This approach might inspire them to act kindly, not because of a fear of punishment in an afterlife, but because they genuinely recognize how actions affect the well-being of others. In 2019, a psychological study looked at how people experience meaning in their lives. Participants who followed a spiritual or religious path were compared with those who did not. Both groups reported similar levels of personal fulfillment when it came to their relationships, career goals, and sense of belonging in their communities. This indicates that subjective well-being does not rely solely on belief in a higher force. Of course, religion can give a framework for many, but others find guidance in personal goals, philosophical thought, and shared human experiences. Much of daily life revolves around personal choices. Work, friendships, love, entertainment. These are areas where individuals take initiative and decide what they want to prioritize. The mere act of choosing can be empowering. When people set out to design their own paths, they often discover a sense of responsibility that makes every task meaningful. Preparing meals, caring for pets, teaching children, or nurturing a hobby can become mini projects that contribute to a bigger picture of personal growth. These achievements may seem small on the surface, but they accumulate into a life that feels purposeful and truly satisfying. Some point out that without a god, there is no larger plan that ties everyone's lives together. Others respond that the absence of a predetermined plan can free people to create their own unique direction. Personal responsibility gains special weight when there is no celestial figure steering the journey. The idea of forging one's own destiny can be both liberating and challenging. On one hand, there is no external power guaranteeing a final outcome. On the other hand, every moment becomes a chance to discover new interests, build strong relationships, or leave a positive mark on the world. History offers examples of how life can maintain its worth without depending on supernatural beliefs. Think of ancient philosophers who questioned the universe and sought happiness and virtue without strict reference to gods. Their writings focused on how humans should live, treat others, and handle adversity. Modern thinkers continue these discussions, highlighting empathy and compassion as foundations for ethical behavior. People who adopt these ideas often develop moral philosophies that are grounded in shared humanity rather than sacred laws. Even in scientific fields, researchers find meaning in studying the wonders of nature. There is a sense of awe when uncovering how cells work, how galaxies form, or how diverse species coexist. This curiosity leads to breakthroughs that can improve our quality of life. It also opens up a sense of wonder that can be just as profound as any spiritual experience. Although there may be no reference to a higher power in these discoveries, they remind us that life is full of remarkable mysteries worth exploring. Finding meaning can also happen when people connect with friends, partners, or communities. Relationships often bring a sense of belonging and warmth that encourages individuals to persist in difficult times. Strong bonds can motivate people to work harder, help each other, and push personal boundaries. The realization that one's actions matter to someone else can be a powerful source of purpose. While religious traditions might formalize these connections through rituals or shared beliefs, the core feeling of caring for loved ones is not exclusive to any faith. For those seeking a sense of wonder, nature can provide ample inspiration. Observing a sunrise, walking through a dense forest, or looking up at a bright night sky can spark gratitude and reflection. Although some people associate these moments with a divine force, others see them as purely natural phenomena that are still deeply moving. These experiences can lead to a renewed appreciation for life, with or without assigning supernatural meaning. When it comes to community and social impact, many find purpose in championing human rights, environmental causes, or education. Trying to make the world a better place can give life a direction that feels bigger than personal concerns. Statistics show that non-religious people are represented among volunteers, charities, and social movements in significant numbers. This involvement demonstrates that ethical and compassionate motivations do not belong only to believers. It is also important to note that doubt can play a significant role in shaping a fulfilling perspective. When people question established ideas, they often discover new paths they never considered before. Doubt can guide individuals to craft principles that resonate with their own experiences rather than simply following traditions or doctrines. This active process of self-examination can lead to a more personalized and, for many, more satisfying sense of meaning. In modern society, with so many distractions and sources of information, it is natural to wonder if anything truly matters when we look at how vast the universe is. Yet a look at everyday life reveals countless small acts that bring structure, purpose, and joy, offering kindness to a stranger, learning a new skill, listening to a friend's worries, or overcoming a personal challenge. These moments may appear ordinary, but they can form the building blocks of a life that feels far from empty. Philosophers often mention that people assign value to the things they care about. Whether it is music, sports, science, technology, or family life, enthusiasm transforms these interests into meaningful endeavors. The effort invested in mastering a hobby or solving a problem can lead to a deep sense of accomplishment. Even in the face of struggle or failure, the attempt itself shapes character and self-understanding. This cycle of growth, reflection, and progress can motivate a person day after day, year after year. Of course, the journey of finding purpose without a God can include setbacks. Feelings of uncertainty or despair can arise, especially when personal tragedies occur. However, many individuals learn to cope by seeking professional help, turning to supportive friends, or practicing self-care. They adapt by drawing on their inner strength and the compassion of those around them, proving that meaning can be nurtured in a variety of ways. When a person sets personal goals, pursues interests passionately, and takes responsibility for personal choices, life often gains richness and complexity. Even though there is no roadmap from a divine source, self-made paths can lead to experiences that spark wonder, reflection, and joy. Standing on one's own convictions, while still being open to learning, can give life a kind of momentum that does not depend on belief in an invisible guide. Stories of successful individuals who do not follow any religious tradition are common, and their lives demonstrate how personal resolve and creativity can shape a meaningful existence. Many scientists, artists, activists, and teachers, both historical and contemporary, have found ways to channel their energy into projects that benefit others and enhance their own well-being. Their motivations often stem from curiosity, empathy, or a desire to overcome challenges. These inner drives can be just as powerful as the hope of pleasing a deity. In the end, meaning is something people create, discover, and modify over time. Even if there is no cosmic entity defining why we are here, the journey of determining one's own values and priorities can bring clarity and direction. Many who do not embrace religious beliefs manage to lead happy and fulfilling lives guided by shared human experiences, personal growth, and collective responsibility. One's attention might shift from seeking approval in a higher realm to focusing on improving this life, which can lead to deeper connections and a more profound sense of purpose. It is possible to fill each day with projects, commitments, and ideals that make life feel valuable and satisfying, even if no God is watching. These ideas will resonate with some and may clash with others. Yet for those who genuinely consider the possibility that a good, meaningful life can flourish without a belief in a deity, evidence abounds in the everyday actions of people around the world. The proof is found in small acts of kindness, large-scale social reforms, scientific breakthroughs, genuine friendships, and family bonds. All of this can exist and thrive outside the realm of religious frameworks. The decision on what to value and how to live ultimately rests in human hands, which are more than capable of shaping a life filled with meaning. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Your support helps me keep this channel going. If you'd like to support my work, you can join me on Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.